Hello and welcome to Yerushalmi Peah Daf Yudalad in the Osvatar print. So there's a interesting Tamarim type of dates that are discussed in today's blot. And I want to go back to the Mishnah on Yud Beis on Aleph in the Osvatar print because there seems to be something very hard to understand and a lesson that I think is important. The Mishnah says a very simple rule. Klal Amar B'Peah, there's a rule to remember. Kol Shu Ochal, if it's food, V'nishmar, and it's preserved, V'gidul B'Naaretz, and it grows in the ground, Likitaso Keachas, and it is harvested at the same time, which to me simply means, Pashut Pshat means that you harvest it at the same time and not the tree produces it at different times. So Umachliso Likayim and Likiyim, and you preserve it, Chaya B'Peah. That's it. Then it explains different things, and it even mentions Tamarim again, the dates. Okay, so then we have this brisa that quotes these special Tamarim, these special dates that are called Rotave Tamarim. They are called liquidy ones. They're moist. And we'll explain a drop more why that is. So Rabbi Yehuda says in this brisa that they don't grow at the same time. They all get plucked at different times. So therefore, they're patur from Peah. Sounds pretty logical. Sounds pretty simple. That's exactly what the Mishnah says, right? Wrong. The Chachamim argue when they say it's chayiv and Peah. How they so our Mishnah? They're not told it's our Mishnah. Obviously, they know the Mishnah. So the Gemara itself asks, wait a minute. Yeos Amar Rabbi Yehuda. He's saying the simple thing. Ma Tamad Rabban. How do you explain the Rabbanans? The Gemara answers, Amar Reb Zera, no. These rotev dates, these special dates, they after they're plucked at different times, they're piled into one big pile, and they warm there, and they all ripen at the same time. And therefore, the Chachamim consider that is called Likitaso because the process is not complete until then, I guess, because the focus is on the ripening. So I just want to say that a lot of times in life we think that we're different than other people, but oftentimes, and they might be older or younger or go through different things at different times, but at the end of the day, people that go through things together and ripen together, so to speak, become very, very unified. And it's a fascinating thing. Alpi Matzias, there's actually a very famous Yerushalmi that learns the idea of Naman Kisufa, bread of shame. It's in Kalayim. Hopefully, Be'ezra Hashem, Siyata Dishmaya, we'll get there and talk about it. But there's a very, very famous thing with Naman Kisufa, the bread of shame, that the Ramchal talks about at length about why Hashem created the world and gave us free will and what that means, etc. Way beyond the scope right now, but it actually learns it out from the laws of Kalayim, which is really, really brilliant. We have to see Hashem from our bodies, and so one of the lessons here, I believe it's being said, is that there's a famous neurological phrase of neurons that fire together wire together, which basically means that, let's say your pleasure neuron fires at a certain time, you start to associate pleasure with the things that you're around, or if your fear neuron fires in a certain place or with certain people, so then you start to associate fear with those type of things. So it's the same thing that when these dates get together, even though some are older and some are younger, and they're not exactly harvested off a tree at the same time, but at the end of the day, that pile is where they all ripen and they all develop together. And so there's a certain camaraderie that's there. And so too, when we go through things together with other people, and we are with each other during our times, we all ripen together as well. Have a great day.